Hello there, guys. I'm just literally sure that's perfect. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm just arranging to pick up some more yellow vests and yellow high vids for a couple of other things that are going on. Don't forget that the yellow jackets obviously is health and safety, police, etc. And started with the street kitchens and then expanded out, blah, 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 blah. It's a bit of a crossover message because I was coming on live before and I wanted to clear the day completely for all the fathers. So I didn't want to completely cross over messages, and I was trying to get on before because I just wanted to keep this in complete 24 hours for all the dads out there. I don't know why it is not coming up on my live, but I've got a line across my screen this side. So I just want to wish all of the fathers a very happy Father's Day. I need to do some research on the background of what Father's Day really means and stuff, but it is a commercial day, so don't let the cunts get you down today. And don't let like the things that are not happening ruin a day that you could maybe make a difference for another father, or even actually make a difference in your own life with your own children, and maybe take the little milestones that you might have, even if it's going through previous Father's Day cards that you've had for your kids, or thinking about a Father's Day that you might like with your kids, or completely bowing out and not giving a flying fuck at all. Fredericks just said, rang my foster carer, she wasn't happy. I don't know the backstory, so I will eventually, and hopefully we'll all meet up at some point. But yeah, a bit of a crossover message, because I had a bit of I have these days where the Lord just sends me little gifts and stuff like that. So as I was coming home today, somebody had left a free box, to take with some stuff in that they were throwing out. So I think it's quite apt for Father's Day. So I want to keep it in line with what I'm going to talk about now for Father's Day. But I also want to keep it in line with what I was trying to wrap up with, because unfortunately I've blocked Lisa, and I've done so because I have to deal with some stuff going on here, and ideally I need a car right now to get to Preston. I can't really discuss it because we don't know the true facts of everything that's gone on just yet, and it's personal to my son. But I have known my son's best friends since he was 3 years old, so it's also very personal to me too. And until we've got the complete facts, it will potentially go in the press anyway, so people will probably know eventually. So yeah, so we are dealing with some stuff here, and ideally I'd have loved to have just packed everybody up in the car today and just driven to Preston to deal with what's going on, and also then my son could be with his son tomorrow for Father's Day. But I don't have a car because the police took the last one, and the last one eventually went to the death. So I am now looking at little runarounds, but I am paid on the 18th. It's too late for obviously Father's Day for my son tomorrow, and he's really not in the best of places right now because he's not with his son for Father's Day. His son's going to be waking up with a stepfather and a new baby, so he's got to deal with all of that, as well as his best friend laying in now coma at the moment. So yeah, I need to deal with some stuff here and be here for my son tomorrow as well. And also, my boys haven't got their dad here. He doesn't celebrate Father's Days, things like that. He doesn't even celebrate his own birthday. So he is here for Elijah's birthday. He said that's adamant, but he did say that he wouldn't be here for Father's Day. So everything in church tomorrow is going to be about Father's Day. Everything's going to be about fathers. And it causes trauma for everybody. And I said in a video today that days like this cause Sorry, I'm quiet again, but my son is resting in the living room and the boys are on the other side in the bedroom, and I'm only in a one bedroom, so hence why I'm sitting here nice and quiet and not bouncing around. I can do it. So yes, I've had to block Lisa purely because I just can't keep doing with Amber's attention not being there, and it needs to be here for the fathers tomorrow, and I can't have anybody making it about them when today it is now 12:30 on the 16th of the 6th 2019, and I can actually remember where I was on the 16th of the 6th 2016, because in fact let's just do a bit of a run round down and see if I can remember. So 2012, which was the Christmas my kids were taken, was the Christmas that, oh, his name is right on the tip of my tongue. He took, whose house, he did something in Parliament or something at Christmas. And then 2013, it was Christmas at Cameron's, and all of the dads went and had a Christmas dinner at David Cameron's. So what did we do? I'm just trying to remember. So July, no, I wasn't involved in June, so there wasn't anything for Father's Day. And then Father's Day, I think they all did the superheroes. And then Christmas at Cameron's. And then June June 2013 was when Paul wrote Help in the Tate Gallery. I'm sure it was. I'm sure he did that on Father's Day. Or he did something to the Queen's head, or he wrote Help on something. And then 2014, I need to remember, actually, Amber, in this post, a little bit of a montage of everything definitely since I've been involved. So for a memory for me, anything before me as well. So it goes far back from the beginning with, now I don't always stand under these banners. So don't forget, wherever I go, I'm not under my own banners. So I'm not under my own true values and beliefs. I'm under somebody else's. So Fathers for Justice, New Fathers for Justice, Families Need Fathers, parent alienation, all of the parent alienation ones that have been done. Parent alienation fact fathers, please, please, please. 21st or 23rd, Amber, if you can please put the details of Parliament down. Please, 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 if you're a father who's been alienated, please get your message heard. Please get your story in on your email. I'm hoping that tomorrow we're going to be able to trigger you off to be able to release some emotions. And then by the end of the day, I'm going to help you seal up that emotion in an envelope and post it off to the relevant people. And hopefully from then, you're going to be able to get back, or not so much get back, but move forward to being the person, the man that you need to be in order to be the father that you need to be to bring your children home, basically. So hopefully, literally from this message forward to any of the fathers, I am asking if you will join us for this Father's Day as a daughter who, as I said on a message, I've probably got it up here so I could probably read it out to you again if I wanted to. Yeah, I'll get it out before it ends and I'll read it to you. But it basically said that while I was in foster care, that my dad had said that I had to write him a letter. And I was saying that I was waiting to see if he would send me a birthday card before I would acknowledge writing him a letter. He never sent me a birthday card and I never wrote a letter. And from then on, it's been a fragmented relationship with my father. In fact, I didn't see him for another 3 or 4 or 5 years, I think it is. So there is no time like now to send all of the birthday cards that you've ever had, even if it's just photographs of it. I know many fathers that keep little keepsake boxes of cards and letters that have either been sent back, or they've never sent, or they've even bought but never actually got around to writing in. So I'd like me and Amber, and hopefully everybody who is a really good mother, who is going to support the fathers, who and I'm asking all the mothers as well today, that if you have a father that you are alienating, that you are caught up in court and you feel that social have separated you, if you feel that they've put you under a DV label in order to have legal aid, if you feel that the man that is your children's father really is a genuine nice person and it's all just got completely crazy, then I ask you to just bow down and not come in between your children and their father, because their relationship is very sacred, and that relationship is something that mothers cannot provide. That is why children have two parents. This message up here is to all the fathers. Children have one father, one mother. Simple as that. And that comes from somebody who's had many step parents, foster parents, adoptive parents, who has constantly called many people mum. And Amber reminded me of something the other day about children that are being grown up with surrogate uncles and, you know, people that are having relationships with people, and it becomes very confusing for children. We're currently going through it with my grandson, who has to get to know another person as dad, and we'll be calling him dad today. And I also have to accept that my own son and daughter are calling somebody else dad when they have a father, even if he was coerced or intentionally, whatever, signed the adoption papers. I don't believe that he understood what was going on. So today is an opportunity for all the fathers to rather dump to how you feel and go into yourself and rise to your anger and deal with your grief, and rise to your anger and deal with your grief, and rise to your anger and deal with your grief. Maybe smoke a joint, maybe have a drink, maybe pop some pills, maybe take some sleeping tablets, maybe get put on prescription medication for depression, maybe get sucked into this time warp of anxiety and stress and stop. Yeah, just stop. Just stop and take today to just think about you as a father, you as what you believe that your role as a father is, and what you believe that you bring to the table, and take your rights back. Like, just take your rights back. Like, literally, it really, really is as easy as standing in your own true power, in your own true self, in your own true role, and knowing who you are. And it's as simple as having the person with the most certainty wins all the time. You can't outwin somebody who has certainty. It's impossible. And do you know why the services would never touch my children? And that's because they know that I can protect them. They know that I would never intentionally, ever, ever put my children at harm. And they know that if anybody ever did, that I will bang at the services and hold them accountable, and I will bang at whatever situation it is, because I was that rock and pillar, even though I was being battered. You know, when the social worker wanted to give my son a hug, and they put me in a different room upstairs, you know, I had my foot to the door, and they you know, they knew I wasn't joking. So when you cower back and you do what people think you want to do, and I speak to a lot of people in a lot of cases, and you hear them say, well, he's going to say this for me and he's going to say that for me. Don't bother. Just say it as it is. Just deal with it as it is. It's as simple as that. You create the smoke screens by giving false information when you try to cover up things, and then a lie comes a mile and then it trips you up. So then you end up with a catalogue of just so, or you get misunderstandings of people trying to understand you. So it's, look, I can get into attributions, but what I'm saying is dad, mum, sort it out for the sake of the kids. Like, seriously, like, sort it out for the sake of the kids, because our children don't have a voice. Our children don't have somebody advocating for them. Our children don't have somebody speaking out for their needs. Our children don't have somebody to talk to about triggers going off about that. You know, Father's Day used to be so hard for me because, you know, cards in school and people doing things and stories after school that people had gone and done, and I didn't see mine. And you know, so people don't understand what that trauma does. And every psychologist, every psychotherapist, every counsellor, every social worker, every police officer, every systematic fanatic, every person knows that the trauma of losing a parent or a child is the most severe. So to lose them in such a catastrophe and like not understanding is crazy. And I'm seeing so many women who I'm just trying to get these books for you, but I want to pull these over, but I've got my little bit in the ways. I'm seeing so many women, and I'm not going to get into this right now because it's about the dads, but I'm seeing so many women that wouldn't know what the fuck to do if they met a Rottweiler of a man. What society would not call a real man, but actually, when I show you what my gift from the Lord was, you might understand a bit more. They, oh shit, my shoulder. They wouldn't know what to do with somebody who put a woman in her place. And not a lot of women like to be subordinate to a man. And I might touch a few raw nerves. And we have become a society of divorce city, especially here in the UK, where it is so normal now for divorce and children to be born out of fucks in a nightclub and a blowjob down the back, and you know, irresponsible sex and oops, you know, I got pregnant, like it was an accident. Like once the penis enters the vagina, and then there is this natural thing that oops, an accident is just not possible, because we all had some form of sex education, and we all understand the consequences of a casual fuck, and children are not a casual fuck, and a bad consequence of a relationship that's never going to work. Do you know what I mean? And we as a society don't teach the core values and beliefs of raising a child. We don't teach the responsibilities of raising a child. We don't teach the actual real realities. We've even got social workers taking children from people who don't even have children themselves. That's how mixed up this is, because if you've not actually had somebody tell you that they're carrying a child and gone 20 million meals in the modern world of fuck, responsibility just hits you. Do you run? Do you stay? Do you do? There's so many feelings that come with that, just knowledge that there is a child being created, that, you know, other than the option of termination, that in 8 to 9 months there's going to be this baby in the world, and that baby is one. You could hold a baby in the palm of your hands, but that baby literally, it's not like a horse that jumps up after so long, and an elephant that's been inside their mum for 4 years. I mean, this baby is 100% responsible on the two people that created it, to 100% certainty that the needs are going to be met by the two dynamics that exist, and then from them the four dynamics, because the natural order would then to be the two sets of grandparents, and then with that dynamics comes any siblings, with that dynamics comes any cousins, with uncles, aunts, family. Now, before I go, because I said it was a crossover, I wanted to sort of do this, but I think it's quite apt. As I was coming home today, there was a couple of gifts left for me in a box, and let me show you what is in the box. There is this book. I said it was all going to be connected to this, didn't I? This was literally just left outside a house to, free to a good home. There was another bit in it, but it was a little bit more water damage. I've rescued some of this because it was pissing down with rain and it was getting soaking wet. So these are the old ladybird books. Where were my children taken? By what judge? District Judge Andrew Shaw, who was the solicitor for Paul Burrows. Paul Burrows was the person who took Diana's diaries and covered up everything that went on with, shall we go deeper down the rabbit hole? I'm just going to go in the order the books are in my hands. You ready? This is what I want all of you to do. This was also in the box. So, shit now. Hang on. Let me go that side. It's story time. Once upon a time, there was a family, and that family was connected by a bloodline. And then all of a sudden, the state authorities came along and said, we're not having these families rising. So I need you all, pen and paper, start from scratch. Fathers, start from you, your surname. Women, stop taking the surnames away from the dads. My children here in this house, I am Kelly Cotton. Elijah is Elijah Dean Samuel, and Shiloh is Shiloh D. Samuel. They have their father's name because that is the natural order. Women, stop taking the natural bloodline away. So, how to trace your family, and easy going. So this is from, I'll show you just a couple because it's really big. So, I don't know if you can see. Husbands. So we've got this side first. So our family, Wiltshire. This certifies that so-and-so and so-and-so were united in holy matrimony, place of ceremony, blah. Husbands, genealogy, and this is why it's now becoming important, because social services take your children based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, genealogy, and of the services, and I'm telling you to put it back into natural order. Husbands, genealogy, wives, genealogy, our children, our grandchildren, descendants, our family tree, who we are and who we came from. Date of marriage, place of marriage, uh, husband's ancestral chart, husband's family, and it goes all the way through. It's a lovely, 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 lovely book. It's SE, doesn't say, doesn't actually say. Yes, it does. Originated by Julie Husner, Hausner, designed by Stanley Park. So it's a 1977 popular book. Lovely. And then this. I've rescued this. So hang on, let me take the cover off. It's only a St. Michael's one. It's not an original or anything like that. But obviously, rather than controlling on the internet and watching all these things, these have actually been quite factual because I've had a look through them. And it's got literally all of the dates and all of the orders. It's sticky because I literally saved them from the rain. So the real original royal calendar. I'll put that back in. No, I'll keep that, let that dry. I'll take it out for a minute. And then these were the royal, they've got wet though, so, but these were the ceramic like dish holders. So the 29th of July, the marriage of Her Royal Prince of Wales and Lady Diana Spencer in 1981. And I've said, when I connect all the dots, when I mind map all of this, and then there was this. This is the dun, 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 dun. All in my little freebie box. My Lord, given box. It's really, really pretty. And it's a proper, real big. So I'm going to look forward to eventually, when I die, auctioning this off and making shitloads of money out of it with all my pinpoints and Moster or whatever it is. So yeah, so there you go. So that's my Father's Day gift inspiration to your fathers, because while you don't have your children, there's no point being sitting in a council flat waiting for your poxy universal credits or job seekers, sitting in a flat, sitting on your Xbox or whatever you do. And I know a lot of people don't do a lot of stuff. In fact, I do believe after my last live, Paul did actually get his music equipment out and did actually start playing. So don't forget to get this. So that is my gift to all the fathers today. That I want you to start getting together. Go on to Ancestry and all of these things and start putting it all together, because that's how your kids are going to find you. Because literally the moment they can go on and do that stuff, as soon as they go in and put theirs in, especially if you do it by blood. Now, yes, a lot of conspiracies will say that, and I do believe that there is probably some illegal stem cells and blood stuff going on. Of course there is. Just like in social services, there is some illegal adoption agencies going on. I would say within these, I don't have evidence for it. I am saying polarity exists, so you have to accept the good with the bad. So within ancestries and all of these things, so Amber, put all those links down. Actually, I've got affiliate links to some of them to put mine down, because then I get to link the networks up. So yeah, go and do these things. I'm going to eventually pay to have all of my DNA done as well, because like I said, I put a BT line in because I want to make sure that my kids can immediately find me on the BT sort of lines and easy Google, etc. I've made myself as easy as possible. I don't use fake names because I want my kids to find me. I don't give a shit about the people that are trying to snakes in the grass or bite at my ankles or try to gag me or try to imprison me. They're not the people I'm here to speak to. I'm here to make sure that my children know I'm here. So, yeah, please, fathers, lead the way today. Father's Day. Mothers, we flocked, yeah? So fathers, show the mothers how it's done today. Whatever you feel inspired to do that. Trust this. Don't listen to the battlefield. Can I, can't I, can I, can't I, can I, can't I, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, should, will, won't, maybe, yes, maybe, no, yes, no. I'm not good enough, yes I can. I'm fat, I'm thin, nipples, I don't know. Would she let me in? Will she ring the police? I don't know. The last time she rang the police, but what if she does this? But she said she's going to threaten it, but what if it's not a threat? But what if she rings the police? Stop. My phone has just picked it up. So I'm going to go and do some research on this person, because it's the only thing in this that's bounced out to me that I don't know the absolute ins and outs of. So I'm going to go and do to see what Samuel Pilps has to do about things, and probably rewatch William of the Conqueror film, just to see if there's anything that clicks or doesn't click. And for if Amber, can you ask Mummy Dearest if we can already start getting the Kings and Queens timeline in before I even get over there? Because if you can start putting some of this together, then it will save so much time, and it all starts from here really. So that timeline has to go in first anyway. Obviously not forgetting all the way to there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's now 1 o'clock. I was planning to come on at 12:01 for the Father's Day message. So sorry guys for the slight interruption, but I hope you also appreciated seeing these, and I hope it's reminded you that, you know, when it comes to your kids, you know, people don't let people take their kids. And when it comes to your kids, no piece of paper, no adoption, no long-term foster care will ever change the origins of this. So get this in order and pull all your families and friends in. And if it's Father's Day and you're not doing anything, go and do one of the 5 things that I keep telling people to do, you know, that you love. Go-karting, racing. I know you're probably going to see other people out with their kids. Bless them. Bless the time they've got together. Bless that story. You don't know their story. They might only have an hour with them, and you don't know. You don't know. So just bless whatever it is traumatizing you. Or go and be with your family and go and talk to them about what you're going through, and be open and honest about the anxiety and the stress and the guilt and everything that it brings. And just tomorrow, just literally, it's now, we're 1 hour in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And right, do you know what I mean? So why not? If not, what else are you going to do? Commit suicide? How are you going to do it? Hanging? Pills? What do you want your kids to see? that you were a loser father who gave up, that couldn't hack the pace, that couldn't cope, that was everything that they said in the paperwork, was everything that mum said, that was everything that nan said, that was everything that dad, granddad said, that was everything that everybody else ever said. So why not come out the other side and be everything that you say you are, and not give a flying rat's ass about what everybody else thinks, and be who you were created to be, so you can be the father that you need to be, that tells them people that you are dad, and that's it. And I'm sure in every house, everybody knows that when dad puts his foot down, that is the final word. And that's how it really should go. So as long as dad is being the father that he is meant to be, and the husband that he is meant to be, then when dad says the final word, everybody understands that it is in everybody's best interest, and it's not coming from a controlling, possessive way. A healthy man, when a lady goes out, doesn't say no or whatever. He tells her to be safe, and do you need any money? Do you need to be picked up? And have a really great time. Nobody stops anybody from them 5 things that every person should love doing, and then 5 people that each person should count, because then you bring them together and you've got a high 5 that makes 10. So, and when you share those things together, then you become an even bigger, bright person as a married couple with a family that's in line with that. So if we can get that natural order back, then, but we're under massive attack, and I know I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered from everything, but I will say to the stepfathers, foster fathers, adoptive fathers, uncles down the road, there is only one father, and even if they are a really, really, really shit father, when you tell a child everything that you think their father is, you're telling that child that they are half of that person, and they are that. So please, today on Father's Day, let's make it National Non-Slating Dad Day, and give dads a break for at least 24 hours, because they'd probably rather sit in a cell and have 24 hours of peace than 24 hours of a woman nagging at them, and then mother-in-law and everybody else, because it's time to give the dads a break. Do you know what I mean? And that's coming from a woman who just loves her dad and adores her dad. And to all of my children's fathers, to James, Graham, Stephen, Dean, thank you so much for wonderful, 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 amazing, beautiful children. Stephen, I don't know why you're not here fighting this battle with me. I hope you get your ass kicked. Happy Father's Day to you too. To my son, who's celebrating Father's Day, and to my dad. Maybe I'll write that letter to you too today, Dad. So maybe I might send it to Debbie. Who knows? Maybe my dad might give me a call on Father's Day. Who knows what today is going to bring? It's Sunday. I'm going to be at church in the morning. That's if I want to get up in the morning. Depends how I'm feeling, and I really don't want the boys having to go through is dad coming, is dad not coming. Yeah, catch you all on Happy Father's Day. I don't know when it is in any other of the world, but here in the UK it's Father's Day. So to everybody who's not from the UK, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day with your children. And if you're not with your children, then please join us as well on writing to your children. And then that letter is going to go to, I'm going to give you a list as well throughout the day as well to help you piece bits together. Well, Amber's going to be there, and I'll be here as well. So don't forget. So if you don't know what to write, start with the history of your family. and then it will bypass all their laws because they can't stop that sort of stuff. So anyway, guys, have a lovely day, and I'll catch up with you all soon.